Urban decay is a terrible thing. And at its core, it all boils down to, can you take care of what you have? And for the Roman Empire, that became too much. You see, they had pretty glorious things. They had aqueducts bringing water into cities. They had a massive road system. Um, they had a ton of housing in their cities, all that. But in time, they couldn't pay for all of that. And what happens to your roads when you can't pay for it? Well, they break apart. And in the cities, what happens to your apartments when you can't pay for them? Well, they get in pretty bad shape. And so the article talked about having 44,000 apartment buildings. And the upper floors were pretty bad. You know, we're living in a system here where we have apartments right next to each other real close. And in the upper floors, there's no toilets, there's no water. They have to bring the water up the stairs. And you had an option in terms of your waste. Did you want to bring it down, or did you just want to throw it out the window? And sometimes they're literally throwing it out the window into the streets or the alleyways. And so, you have all this waste building up, which is obviously really great for health. But urban decay, at its core is all about having things disintegrate and fall apart. And what does that mean for an empire when you look at your big city, Rome, 500,000 plus people, most likely, and the buildings are falling apart, the streets are falling apart, the people are not safe in their homes, there's waste everywhere, and disease is going to spread. If you have those things happening, what's that going to do to your empire? And if that's happening in your big city, what's happening in your little cities? And so how can having your structures fall apart lead to the demise of an empire? It's a good question, one to think about.